Blessings and good evening. Tonight we have come together once again to practice meditation on this occasion of the Apposita Day. This is a day where the monks come together to have a representative of the Sangha, so one of the monks, chants the recitation of all the monks' rules, all 227 rules of a Buddhist monk. Every 15 days we come together to do this. One of the rules of the Patimokkha recitation is that the monks must be within what's called hatapasa, or arm's reach of each other. So we all sit in a formation which is connected to one another. As Buddhist monks, we're sharing a common bond, whether it's a brand new monk or a monk who's been a monk for many decades. We all share the common sila, the same rules of a Buddhist monk. So we sit together close and in harmony. We sit quietly with our hands together, palms together in front of our chest, and listen to the chanter recite every single rule by memory. There's also a monk who is the designated checker for that recitation. So his important job is to follow along using a book which has the Pali written out correctly, to keep up with the chanter, to make sure that every single syllable, every pronunciation is done correctly. And if there's a mistake, then the chanter rectifies that section and continues chanting. So it's quite a occasion, it's quite a undertaking as well for the monks to get together and make sure the Patimokkha recitation has been done correctly according to the Vinaya. But it's also a good chance to spend the night practicing together. Some monks here at Bodhipala have been going on some solitary retreats. So despite the fact that they are spending time in quietude, in solitude, they still have to attend the Patimokkha recitation. And this was stipulated by the Buddha when he was still with us. So taking this evening as a special time to put extra effort into maybe reciting our precepts, whether you've taken on the 5 precepts for the Rains Retreat or the 8 precepts, then can take this night of the One Prat to remind ourselves of our sila, to remind ourselves of the principles of morality which we use as guidelines in our lives, and also using the principles of morality to protect our hearts from causing ourselves trouble, difficulty, worry and concern. So when we look after our precepts in a very circumspect and careful and refined manner, this reflects our mind and our mind state as well. It brings up the qualities of hiriyottappa. Hiriyottappa is the fear of doing wrong or making bad karma with body, speech or mind. This sense of shyness, shying away from doing that which is unwholesome, that which leads to corrupting others and corrupting our own minds. It's also translated as a sense of shame. Sense of shame of the actions that lead to unwholesome karma. These type of fear of doing unwholesome things, you could say is a wholesome fear, meaning that we know that there's both good and bad karma that we've brought with us into this lifetime, and seeing the results of bad karma, we no longer want to put in the causes for future bad karma to arise. So we shy away from those actions which lead in that direction. And we want to cultivate that which is good for us and good for others as well, which leads to good results into the future. So on this occasion of the One Prat, it's a very good time to take stock, note, and see if there's anywhere which we can improve on this. See where we can refine our behavior even more. If we've noticed that we've kept the precepts, but our mind was not staying within the precepts, meaning the thought to transgress a precept arose. Then we learn how to put more effort into letting go of the desire to transgress those. So reflecting upon our behavior once every 15 days, or even once per day, is a very skillful action to incorporate into our practice. The idea is not to chastise oneself or tell oneself off and beat oneself up, but it's to lead to growth and development in the Dhamma. So on this occasion of one prat, we can practice quietly together for the next period of time, cultivating mindfulness of the breathing or the meditation object for the next period of time.